Okay, we're recording.
Okay. Hello. Today we are going to display aspects of person-centered therapy. Person-centered therapy it goes against the grain of many other theories in that it does not rely on techniques or strategies to facilitate growth and change in the client, but uses three foundational principles to create an environment in which the client can understand themselves better and find out for themselves what they are needing to grow. Techniques and strategies are usually employed on an as-needed basis and may be borrowed from other theories, certain techniques as it sees fit for the client in therapy. Here we will display congruence, unconditional positive regard, and empathy, also with a technique of cognitive behavioral technique, which fits very well with person-centered therapy. Okay. The first that we will discuss is congruence. And according to Corey, congruence implies that the therapists are real. That is, that they are genuine, integrated, and authentic during the therapy hour. They are without a false front. Their inner experience and outer expression of that experience match. And they can openly express feelings, thoughts, reactions, attitudes that are present in the relationship with the client. So we will begin with congruence. Hi, how you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're fine, okay. You look good. Yeah. So how has your week been?
Average.
Average?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't do much.
You don't do much? Is there anything that is on your mind that you would like to talk about today?
I'm under a lot of stress.
Stress?
Yeah.
Stress could be.
Yeah. I've been dealing with it some, but my teachers, they just won't give up. It's just constant homework.
So you're in school and you got a lot of homework going on, and are you having issues with trying to deal with that and balance personal life, or?
Not really. I don't have much personal life.
Okay. So is the stress mostly just coming from the workload?
Yeah, I think so. You know. Yeah, I'm not as confident with myself that I may do well enough. You know, the end is near of the semester, and things have been heating up. So, yeah.
Oh, why do you think that school is causing you so much stress? Can you pinpoint a specific thing, or?
I guess I have a lot of fear of not doing well enough, I think.
A fear about not doing well enough.
Yeah.
That can be a very taxing fear.
Yeah.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself because you want to do well.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you feel like you're not too confident in your ability.
No. I've told you I got a short-term memory disability, and ever since I had that, ever since I found out about that, you know, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It wants to. I'm not confident. It just pulls at my confidence.
Okay.
You know? I'm afraid I'm going to forget, or it's just.
Tell me what it's like to have a short-term memory disability.
Well, I used to get lost a lot, even going to the store from the house. But that don't, ever since I've been going to school, things have been better. Because I guess I read a lot, and going to school, exercising my mind, it helps, with my memory. But before that, it was pretty bad. But yeah.
As I'm listening to you, my gears are turning about, about your disorder, and there's things that I want to tell you about maybe things that you could do to help with that or to help build your confidence. But this isn't about me. It's about you. So, what do you think are some of your strengths in this? Because it's apparent that you are getting through this, and that you are having some success in your schoolwork. What are some of your strengths that are helping you through, even though you don't feel so confident?
Well, I just have to write down everything. I have to have it within seeing vision, or easy access. It gives me some boost of confidence because I have it at my fingertips.
Right.
But that's my computer, my phone is my backup memory.
Okay.
That's basically my new memory.
Right.
So I depend on other things to help me with that.
Thank God for technology, right?
Yeah, so it does help. And plus, I got a goal in mind, and the only way I'm going to reach it is just by doing, my horse. I get up early, get flashcards, do whatever I got to do to make sure I get some things to stick to.
Okay. So then, it sounds like you have developed some strategies to help compensate for your disability. All right. I'm very proud for you.
Thank you.
Proud of you for that. Sounds like you're going to, you're trying to, get this degree by any means necessary, whatever you got to do. All right. That's very commendable.
Well, thank you.
All right. Now we will display what is called unconditional positive regard, which is the second attitude therapists need to communicate is deep, genuine care for the client as a person or a condition of unconditional positive regard. This caring is non-possessive and is not contaminated by evaluation or judgment of the client's feelings, thoughts, and behavior as good or bad. So I see you as a person who has goals and aspirations, and who has a sense of ambition about yourself, and I think that brings you a long way in spite of the roadblocks that you have to face. That you're really disciplined in doing what you have to do. Is that hard for you?
Yeah, at one time it was really hard, but not so much.
Not so much. You kind of got
I'm getting used to it, I think. Used to going that extra mile.
Okay.
I'm getting used to that. I mean, it's not easy by any means, but still a little easier, I think.
Okay. So, with all that you do, and as much work as you put into making sure things are organized, making sure that you have things backed up on your phone or on your computer, and the other things that you do that disciplines yourself to make sure that you do well. I'm concerned about your lack of confidence that you said that you have. Where do you think this lack of confidence comes from?
I don't feel whole, I think. I feel I'm missing something. I have to, like I said, I have to record things. If I want to remember them, I have to record them. So there, like as an example, standing up and talking to people or giving presentations. You know, my confidence is pretty much non-existent because I'm having to read, you know, to whoever I'm presenting to. I'm having to read whatever I wrote down. You know, nothing comes off the top of my head. Even if I do remember something, so I spent, you know, the whole week remembering whatever I wrote down, you know, a page or two, whatever. And I can remember it word for word, you know. But only, you know, that only lasts for so long because it'll all be forgotten soon.
Right.
But if I do remember it, all of it, word for word, and I get ready to present it, the stress from the presenting, the lack of confidence, wipes my memory. So it doesn't work, so I have to read it every time.
Okay. Excuse me. Does your lack of confidence frighten you in any way?
Makes me mad. That's about it.
Makes you mad, frustrated? So you kind of get frustrated with yourself? Do you beat up on yourself about it?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
Just
That's good. That's good. Just kind of get angry that you have to deal with it.
Yeah, and then I have to, then I put more effort into it.
Okay.
A lot of envy, though. Lots of envy.
A lot of envy? Envy of other people? But so you can have a better memory like they have and can read something once and have it down.
It'd be nice. It would be nice. You know, you don't know what you have till it's gone.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with it. So.
It doesn't make you feel like you're any less of a human being. Or diminished.
Yeah, it does to me.
Any of your self-worth.
Yeah, a little.
A little?
Yeah.
In your thinking, how does it diminish you?
How does it diminish you? I don't know, I just feel lacking. I just feel wanting. That's the best I can say.
Would you like me to give my personal insight into how I perceive you? I perceive you as someone who is dealing with a very difficult disorder, but has found ways to compensate for that. That you just did not give up and say, hey, I have disorder. That means, you know, what I can do is limited, and I can only do certain things, and I'm not even going to try to go beyond that. But the fact that you're in school, and the fact that you're doing the work, and that you're having success with the work that you're doing, shows me that you have said, yes, I have this disorder, but it's not going to stop. And I think that may be a place that you can find some self-worth and know that you aren't diminished as a human being. You're just a human being who's facing an issue and is finding ways, has found and continues to find ways to solve that issue. What do you think about that?
I agree with it. Makes a lot of sense. Fits.
The third attitude that a therapist should take, and one of the therapist's main tasks, is to understand the client's experience and feelings sensitively and accurately as they are revealed in moment-to-moment interaction during the therapy session. The therapist strives to sense the client's subjective experience in the here and now. The aim is to encourage clients to get closer to themselves, to feel more deeply and intensely, and to recognize and resolve the incongruity that exists within them. So we are talking here about accurate, empathetic understanding. Here, empathy is a deep and subjective understanding of the client with the client. Empathy is not sympathy or feeling sorry for the client. Therapists are able to share the client's subjective world by tuning into their feelings that are like the client's feelings. Additionally, and this is coupled with person-centered theory, is the technique of cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive therapists operate on the assumption that the most direct way to change dysfunctional emotions and behaviors is to modify inaccurate and dysfunctional thinking. The cognitive therapist teaches clients how to identify these distorted and dysfunctional conditions through the process of evaluation. So, if they're able to take me through a day, or maybe just a typical day with what you deal with.
Well, that's hard to say. I mean, everything's routine for me. Everything's routine. Even going to the store, certain days. Laundry, certain days. I watch TV at a certain time. I get up at a certain time. I do homework at a certain time for a certain length of time every day, 7 days a week. If I don't have homework between semesters, I fill it with something else to stay on track.
Okay.
And it's just reading or writing my own book, which I'm working on. But everything is routine for me. If I ever get off of it, it's not too bad, but things change.
How do you feel about being regulated to a routine?
I've been doing it for so long, it's second nature. I like my routine. Actually, I get angry when I get off of it.
So it's a routine that keeps you pretty grounded.
Yep. I don't do vacations because it takes me away from my routine. If I do go on vacation, which I did last week, it wasn't necessarily vacation, but we went to South Carolina for a couple of days, and it threw me off so bad. It's going to wake you back home. Even eating, I eat certain times a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Certain times a day. Because if I don't, sometimes I can't remember if I ate. Yeah, did I eat? Am I hungry? So I better go ahead and eat. So I'll get back on track.
And does that, going back to the confidence thing, does keeping your routine help keep up what confidence you do have intact?
It does help me.
Good. Tell me, you said that you feel your lack of confidence, kind of diminishes you feel like it diminishes your self-worth, your ability to as a human being. Are you overly critical about yourself on that?
Well, I worry a lot.
You worry a lot?
Yeah. I worry a lot because I'm afraid that I may not who's going to hire somebody with a disability, or who's going to date somebody. Lots of worries, and so much irrational, so much irrational.
Okay. Well, tell me one or what you think is an irrational thought.
Let's see, irrational. can't think of anything right off the top of my head.
Well, let's take, for example, no one's not going to hire you if you have a memory disorder. That could be taken as an irrational.
Really? You think?
Yeah.
Maybe, I suppose. I mean, it seemed very likely.
I mean, because most employers look at your capabilities on what you are able to do. There are many people with disabilities that work in the workforce.
Yeah.
People who suffer from, whether it's a physical disability, a mental disability like depression or anxiety or bipolar, people with all kinds of things, but they're still able to mark out a working life for themselves and able to find employment.
Well, that makes sense. I guess I'm just worried about first impressions.
About first impressions? I mean, what kind of first impression do you think that you did?
Well, if I'm the employer, I'm going to see a person with a memory disability as maybe a liability. Somebody, that you're not going to have a whole lot of confidence in. Make sure you get the job done right. And I can understand that. So.
Do you think that you may think that way because you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with it.
But you really don't know what the other person is thinking.
Exactly.
And you don't know how the other person is perceiving you.
Exactly.
Or your accomplishments. Do you ever take that into consideration?
No, I don't think so.
I want to say that, I feel you on the confidence aspect. When we feel like there's something not right with us, it does kind of mess with our sense of self. And to the point to where it's even hard to look at our accomplishments as something worthy, or look at what we are doing to get through, and it's working, and it's bringing success, because you just don't feel that we're whole. But what you do and what you accomplish has a lot to say about your ability. And maybe if you were able to keep that in mind, that may help with your confidence. Because a lot of times we have our own automatic thoughts about ourselves. Yeah. And they're not always rational, they're not always the truth. I remember someone telling me before, our feelings are true, but they're not real. No, they're real, but they're not true. Excuse me. Our feelings are real, but they're not true.
Makes sense.
So, tell me your thoughts about what I just said.
Well, I agree with a lot of it. Makes sense. I do have a lot of rational thoughts about myself. I worry too much. Yeah, I agree with your assessment.
Okay. Well, I have displayed the 3 principles of person-centered therapy, which is congruence, unconditional positive regard, and empathy.